There's only one word to describe you, and I'm going to spell it out for you. SAWD. Sawdy.
Sawdy.
All right, man. Elephant in the room as far as wrestling goes. WWE up for sale. What is your thoughts on that, Enzo?
There's only one word to describe you, and I'm going to spell it out for you. SAWD. Sawdy.
Sawdy.
Do you really think that's gonna happen?
Come on, man. Don't say that's going to happen.
No, man, I have no idea. Why the look, I it's like everybody else speculating.
Has all of this been, like, surprising to you? Like, what the fuck's going on over there? Or this is crazy.
I'm never surprised by the WWE or Vince
selling?
McMahon, man. They always do what's not to be expected, and they always do what you expect them to do.
But
There's a perfect mesh of we don't know what the is going to happen there.
did you grow up as a wrestling fan?
Oh my God, did I ever?
So how does that?
You spoke on Bob Backlund.
Yeah.
Well, Bob Backlund and Diesel changed my life forever when I watched him beat him in 8 seconds in the Garden as a kid. I was there for the curtain call, and that literally broke kayfabe for me. So on the ride home, I'm asking my dad why Hunter Hearst Helmsley was in the ring with Diesel, Razor, and you know, I just didn't understand why Shawn Michaels would be out there. I could get Diesel and Razor and Shawn, but why did Hunter Hearst Helmsley? So it was Hunter who broke kayfabe for me. The whole ride home, because I was already at that point, I was asking every day, is wrestling real? Yeah. Is wrestling real? Bro, I loved wrestling as a kid. It's all I ever wanted to be when I grew up, and it just came to me in the craziest way, form, and fashion. Dude, God is good. I believe in God. He has a plan for me. You know, I've been high, I've been low, I've been everywhere. I've been rich, I've been broke. I'm up right now. I feel good. You know, I've been blessed to figure out life beyond pro wrestling and have a life and not need to wrestle to make income, to make ends meet. And that's what I think affords you the ability to fall back in love with pro wrestling. Mm-hmm. I think that when I got fired by WWE, just like anybody else in the history of that company who's been let go, you just are so, like, I hate you. I hate, like an ex-girlfriend. Like, I can't look at you. I can't think about you. I don't want to be near it. I don't, like, it's too hard. I loved it so much. I loved my life. I loved where I was. I loved my parents, my family. I made people proud. My hometown. I came from a small town. I didn't have much growing up. My dad was a DJ. Christmas was good, you know, but I went to wrestling shows, so I wasn't a poor kid. I lived a great life here in the Northeast growing up. I was ducking in and out of alleys to smoke my pot. I was throwing rocks through windows of cars, and I was just a lunatic kid who loved pro wrestling, was jumping off the swings and super kicking people on the playground, you know, in elementary school, and just playing with my friends before the days of cell phones. And we had the blessing of being, you know, I've gotten to travel the world, and I didn't realize how good I got it. I grew up right near Madison Square Garden, and wrestling was here, and Vince ran the Northeast, and I got to go to so many great shows growing up, and it influenced me so much, and it's all I ever wanted to be, and I'm just so blessed to have done it, and that's the way I look at my career. I'm not happy. I'm not mad because it's over. I'm happy that it happened. A lot of people don't get the opportunity I got,
Absolutely.
and so, you know, now I'm at a point in my life I want to be of service to others. Like wrestling to me, like, dude, I don't have a major ego in it. I'm feuding with Micro Man right now, the smallest pro wrestler in the world, and you'll have to watch MLW to see how that turned out. But I got to tell you, I've taken some losses. I lost to Jerry the King Lawler, man, in a casket match. He's 73 years old. And that's what this is about. Pro wrestling is about having fun, suspending your disbelief. But I always found, I see the holes in the bad work and hokiness. And as much as people want to probably look and poke holes in my work and my character, I can get away with things other people couldn't. You can punch me in the face, and that's the heat. I don't need to reinvent the wheel, and you have to kick me in the nuts to get heat on me when I was a babyface. And as a heel, I had a hell of a run. I had a lot of fun. But I think that people got to remember this is about kids. I was a kid watching Diesel beat Bob Backlund in 8 seconds. And if you're not a wrestler and you don't take that as like, if that didn't change my life in life, it certainly changed my life as a pro wrestler. Because I always knew that all I needed was 8 seconds to change the world. All I needed was 8 seconds to get over. All I needed was 8 seconds to make an impact in somebody's life, and for it to be the easiest night of work that wrestler ever had. Now, Diesel, I love Diesel. I loved him. I was a little kid. I didn't know how tall I would be. I wanted to be 7 feet tall, right? And you're in the worlds and the possibilities are endless, and you're a kid. And I was a kid in that crowd, bro. And my dad's not thinking about the IRS and my marital issues, trouble, or work and money. He's just watching his kid have the time of his life, right? And think it's as real as anything he's ever seen in his life. Dude, Diesel had a meet and greet that day, and I met him in Madison Square Garden in the mezzanine section. He was doing a meet and greet, and he was drinking a Budweiser, and I'll never forget. I was watching him. I was like, I can't believe he's drinking a beer. But also that was normal for me, and I didn't think much of it. But now I know as an adult, he was drinking that beer because he was about to have the easiest night of work he's ever had in the business. And he was already having a good time, and he knew how easy it was about to be. Now, if I'm a wrestler and I hit the ropes and I do a dive and I risk my life and trust me, Scotty Too Hotty was on the card that night, I believe, and he did dives, and I didn't even know who the he was. And I never remembered that he was on the card that night. It was through speaking with him later in my life, talking to him, that I knew he was on those loops, and he wasn't getting TV time, and he wasn't getting booked, and he wasn't. Why? Because he made more money in 1 quarter doing the worm in the WWE, Scotty Tuati did, than he did working on live events and wrestling every night for 3 years. I took my ego out of pro wrestling. I'm a pro wrestler. I'm letting you punch me in the face. I don't need to look strong. I don't give a f***. I was a real athlete. I played college football. I was all-state, New Jersey, 1,000 yards in high school. I played real ball. I played college football. That's when it mattered being an athlete. That's when it mattered how much I bench pressed and how much I ran in the off season and how much I worked. Because that guy that's across from me, he wants to hurt me on this play, and he might hurt me if he worked harder than me in the off season. And so I could get with that. And so I would work my ass off in the off season, every off season in football, college football, right? And I knew I wasn't going to the NFL, but I loved the game and I loved playing it. When it was over, I got into wrestling. And I'm working my ass off in the gym, getting ready to go to WWE, and I get there, and within days I realized, dude, it does not matter at all how much you ran, how much you lifted, what your body looks like, what kind of athlete you are. All you got to do in wrestling is make people remember you.
So here's one thing that does matter, right? You're a lifelong wrestling fan. Get it. You're finally in the big time, the WWE, and in front of you is Vince McMahon, right? This icon. What was your feeling? Were you intimidated, or what was that like? Assuming you had met him. Anytime you've met him.
I mean, the lore of the man. Anytime you're a wrestler and you hear he's on premises, or like he never with NXT when I was there. He was never around. And you were just at any moment hoping and praying because you saw it happen and you just didn't know how or when it would ever happen for you. But that call up that you're going to be on Raw. So imagine being in NXT and you see people like Rusev, right? Out of nowhere, a guy who's in NXT, not doing a lot on the program, maybe working a little tag team with Dawson, and has this French manager, Sylvester Lafort, And that guy, Sylvester Lafort, who's awesome, French guy, I had a hair versus hair match with in NXT, in the first NXT TakeOver. It was my first match, really. That guy was great, and he got fired, right? You just never know. Rusev, we're looking at him, and maybe you don't see it coming, but okay, we're working a program with Rusev. Dude, a month later, he's on TV wrestling John Cena. And we don't even, like, nobody sees that coming.
Right.
So when they say to you, you can get that phone call any day. Always be ready. You can have your bags packed. Like, phone call rings at 2 a.m., pick it up. Always have your phone ready because you never know. And that was, like, real. Like, you just look at Lana. She just got to NXT. She didn't even know how to wrestle. Next thing you know, she's on WWE TV because she brought something to the table. She had confidence. She could work on the microphone. She did that, like gimmick, that Russian gimmick. She brought out Rusev. There you go. There's somebody who just walked through the door, and now they're on TV. Me and Cass, bro, we were chopping at the bit, like, for 5 years. Like, when the are you going to call us up? So you just never knew, and you had to stay ready. And God's plan, it happened to us the way it was supposed to, perfect timing. We debuted, NXT was at a point where the world found out about us.
Right.
And when I debuted on TV, the world already knew who we were, which is insane because of social media and just the new era of media, just YouTube, and just people being able to find out who Enzo and Cass were from the WWE Network. Very unique point in time. Timing's everything, and I got blessed with timing. I had the coach of Dusty Rhodes, bro. Nobody's ever going to have that coach again.
Right.
Imagine learning from that guy.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I'm lucky. Triple H discovered me. Triple H got me a job in the WWE. Personally, this man discovered me and gave me a tryout and then gave me a microphone. And then he invented NXT, and I was there for it. That's timing. That's God's plan. I'm getting lucky.
Can I ask where you are with Triple H, like, today? Are you friendly with him? Was the parting, bittersweet? Was there friction?
I mean, dude, have you ever had a boss?
Can't be easy, right?
I mean, it's just like any other job, man.
Right.
You have a boss, bro.
Right.
Like, separate work and pleasure, business and friendship, and just know that that's your boss, bro.
Right.
What's that like?
Right.
So it's your boss, man, and his job as a promoter is to never let a talent know their worth.
Right.
There you go.
His job is to make money.
There you go.
And I always knew that. So I tried to, I thank God, I'm blessed, man. I was just confident. Like, no matter how much it hit the fan, no matter whether I felt, belittled or whether I felt like, not even Triple H, just like at work, like, there's a certain hierarchy that goes along with being in the WWE, and you sign that contract. So when you sign that thing, dude, you signed your soul, baby. That you did it. You just signed over. It's Hollywood, man. You're not, dude. You're a news reporter. You're repeating the words that they're telling you to repeat, right? And I was blessed because, man, Triple H gave me a microphone, and I didn't know any better what kind of opportunity I had. He's letting me say whatever I want. Nobody else is. Nobody else is.
You had freedom?
I had freedom
That's
on
amazing.
NXT. I had
Great.
freedom in the WWE.
It felt
and I ran with that freedom. And I pushed that to the envelope, and I got heat for it. And I fought tooth and nail to say things that I felt meant something to me. Promos that I knew were going to hit with people that people didn't believe in.
Could you go to Vince when you wanted to express?
Yeah, bro. Did I ever? To my detriment, I'm sure. I mean, I'm sure Triple H was standing outside that door wanting to rip my head off.
He's in there again.
So,
He's in there again, yeah.
You're so great with the promo, which is, again, to me, as a wrestling
I guess
fan,
that's also another thing. Right now, I'm a decade in. I'm 10, 11 years in. But when I first got out there, bro, I had this mentality that I was the best. And nobody could tell me what to say. And that still remains today.
You are one of the all-time greats. But let me ask you this, and I don't know how true this is. Is it true that you were fined for farting in promo class?
That is very true.
What is that about?
The airport diner beforehand?
No, so we were just talking about promo class, okay? Now imagine monotony, okay? Anything, for every girl out there that you fantasize about, there's a guy sick of fucking her. Okay?
Wow.
So,
You're so right.
so this is the truth. So when you're in promo class with Dusty Rhodes every single week for 5 or 6 years, and you see guys go up there and cut terrible promos, and Dusty tries to get them, and it ends up taking that promo that should have been done in 90 seconds is going to take 20 minutes for this class to get through because Dusty's now helping this guy and he wants them to repeat it and say it like this or maybe go in this direction or do something different. And so, what I would give today to be a fly on the wall in one of those promo classes to listen to Dusty right now. But when you're in it, you can't see the forest from the trees. So some days you just want to get the fuck out of promo class. And if I'm in promo class and there's 60 of us and we got to sit through all 60 promos and Dusty's got to talk to everybody at the end of every one, I'm just trying to make this class go as fast as possible. So when Dusty Rhodes goes, anybody got anything for him? Anybody got any questions? My hand is the fuck down. Just don't say anyone. Dusty just asked what you thought of that promo, and then all of a sudden you see raise his hand. Now we're talking for another 10 minutes about that terrible promo I just saw, and there was no fixing it, dog. I was like, bro. And imagine you're me, and I'm the best promo in this class every fucking week, dog. Every week. And everybody would tell you, I waited to go last so I could do my promo on yours. The one I just saw. I'll cut a promo on what I just saw that'll be better than what you just said, dog. So one day I got cocky and I raised my hand because somebody was struggling through a promo, having a hard time, and Dusty was working with them, and I usually never say shit. And I was Dusty's guy. So when I raised my hand, Dusty stopped like, oh, shit. Enzo's going to chime in. He never chimes in. He there and wants to get the fuck out of here, but he don't know that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm chiming in. I want to help this promo, right? So I raised my hand, and when Dusty called my name, he's like, Enzo, I let out the loudest fart you ever heard in your life off the steel chair. It just vibrated through promo class, bro. And I was like, but before I did it, I went, Corbin. It was Baron Corbin cutting a promo. I was like, Corbin. And he went, yeah, Enzo? And I went, deadpanned him, straight face.
Can't teach
Dusty
that.
Rhodes stood up. He was like, Enzo. I was like, yeah. He walked over to me, grabbed me my hand. He walked me to the door. He goes, get the f*** out. I was like, wait, what? I was like, Dusty, I thought you would love that. Like, I thought that was my promo. I was like, I didn't go yet. I was going to use that as my promo.
Right.
I was like, I just got the biggest reaction in the room.
Right.
From a fart.
Sound.
Like, everyone in this room is either offended, happy,
Yeah.
sad,
Yeah.
they can't believe it, they're in gall. Like, I got every range of human emotion out that fart right there, boy. You didn't see the brilliance in that, Dusty? Like, you're my guy. I thought you... Bro, Dusty was pissed, man. So...
Wow.
I showed up to work the next day. What I did not know is literally Dusty Rhodes called Triple H that night and got me fired.
Oh,
Really?
This morning when I showed up to work, Dusty Rhodes called Triple H back up and said, no, I'm not going to fire him.
Oh, man.
And then Dusty didn't talk to me for like 2 weeks. And I was like, oh, man, bro, wow, how did I f this up? I'm going to get fired. I think I got jobbed out on TV and like lost and wasn't on like a pay-per-view or something. And I didn't even realize that's why. Like, I don't even put two and two.
Right.
I'm like, I look at the card. I'm like, oh, we're not booked today, Cass. And Cass knows, like, you mother. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't even register, bro.
Right.
And then one day I was getting my ass kicked in the ring, and they were just giving me hell, bro. They imagine like you have practice every day. So I'm booked every weekend. I'm Enzo. They gotta book you, but they don't. I don't know that. I don't know that I'm Enzo, and they have to put me on the card. I just think I can be taken off at any time or fired. But me and Cass, like, didn't realize our worth. Like, I didn't get it. I was just in NXT. I didn't realize we're selling out the Barclays Center. We're selling out this arena. They can't fire you right now, bro.
Right.
You guys are like the hottest act in the company.
Right.
And in my mind, I'm like, oh, bro, I'm getting fired today. Every day. So when I farted, I think I had that fart heat until the day I left NXT and went to the main roster. and it even carried over. I still had that fart heat.
Wow.
Funny how life works. So Dusty, one day I'm getting my ass kicked in the ring, and he could see it on the monitor that they're fucking with me probably. Like, you know, I'm in the ring, and it's like everybody take turn putting heat on Zoe. And it just, there's like 10 different guys beating me up, and I'm just doing, like, I think, but I'm like hungover, bro, and I'm like hurting, and I went out that night, and it was like 2 a.m. Now, you see, you've been on the card Thursday, Friday. Everyone who's on the card is off. Not Enzo, because you farted, now you're in beginner class again. So I got class at 7 a.m. every day, no matter if I got home at 2 a.m. the night before, and I got to set up the ring with the guys. So I'm getting punished for that. And one day Dusty just calls me into his office, and like I just went in there, and he didn't say a fucking word, and he just went about his day. And he just got me out of the ring because he saw me get my ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? And he just, like, they don't need to treat him like that. This is my heat with him.
Right.
Sit the fuck down.
Right.
So then Dustin came in the office that day, and I was just sitting there, bro, quiet, like, what? Why am I here? Like, am I gonna? And then Dusty would call me in periodically for the next like couple months, and just get me out of that class that I was in, and just go about his day. And what I didn't realize was like he's taking phone calls with you in the room, Enzo. Like, you're learning. And with a twinkle in his eye and just a wink of his eye, I knew I was all right. We didn't have to talk. I didn't apologize, and just you know, it was a wink.
Good stuff.
But I came to find out on the day that Dusty Rhodes passed away, 3 years later, 2020, I believe, on the very day that he passed away, I didn't realize it was the day he passed away. I wake up that morning, and I open up my Instagram, and just the first thing on my feed is a story about the Nasty Boys were overseas, farted on an airplane so bad, blew it out. Miss Elizabeth landed, caught a flight, and flew home. She was so offended by the Nasty Boys. They missed that tour because Vince McMahon, the biggest draw in the company was Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man. He was so mad at the Nasty Boys, he took them off that tour and flew Miss Elizabeth back to Europe to finish that tour out. What I didn't realize is that, dude, Dusty knew that. We don't f with farts here in the WWE, bro. Vince McMahon will fire you for that fart. I don't need to tell you that, but he can't. And I found that out on the day he died, like 4 years later.
Wow.
And like just the first thing I did, I woke up that day, boom, see this fart story, and I'm like, yo, what? Yo, that's crazy. The Nasty Boys got major fart heat, got canned by the WWE, got fired for it. Oh, wow. Today's the day Dusty died? Oh, my God. Dusty just told me why I had heat. I was like, I'm a spiritual guy, God-fearing, and I believe that, you know, I hope Dusty sees my struggle, my up, my down, and you know, every wrestler goes through it, bro. I'm fucking no different, dude. Like, you leave the WWE, what do you do from there? It's not all roses, and there's also that it's the WWE. Do I want to go back tomorrow? It's like, bro, like, man, I know what it takes to be there, and it takes a lot. So, you know, that's a conversation I'd probably have to have with my family, bro. Like, I mean, my mom, my dad, and my goddaughter. Like, if I ever did it for anybody, it would be my goddaughter. I'd take myself out of it, bro. I did it already. Like, I don't need to do that shit again. I did WrestleMania. I broke my ass. I got beat up, and it was all for that. And I won titles, and I had a fight in Madison Square Garden. And, bro, bucket list check. And that was it. Like, I never wanted to be in the main event of Mania and like AJ Styles get a 5-star match or something. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I wanted to have a good time and do the Garden and have my mom and dad there. From day one, I was in this bitch going like, yeah, I'm the man. I can do this. Give me the microphone. I'll figure it out. I'll get these people going. And it's just a matter of getting over. And that's all you have to do in wrestling. Can you get over? Can you get it over? Can you get your opponent over? Can you get the match over? Can you get the lockup over? You know, like, what can you get over? And can you draw their interest? And, like, bro, if you're going to write me a promo, I hope you know it's just bullet points of the story that you want me to tell. Don't ever hand me a promo and tell me that's what I'm saying. Like, at this point in my career, I'm like, bro, if you can do this better than me, then you do it. Here's the mic.
There you go.
Go. You're the writer? You wrote this for me? You want me to say it? You want to tell me how to say it? Everybody knows. Everybody knows. It's me, bro. It's what I do. So just, if you respect me, I can respect you back, bro. Respect is a two-way street. If you respect my art, my work, and what it is that I bring to the table, what I do, I'll respect you. And we can work together, and I can make whatever promo you had my own. And I can always regurgitate a promo that you want me to say. Like if the goal is, hey, he wants to have a match with you, and he wants to fuck your girl, and you guys got heat for the girl, and now, okay, I go tell that story. You just told it to me on the bullet points. But when they're handing you a promo and it says, how are you? And I'm like, I want to say, how you doing? And they're like, no, you got to say, how are you? And I'm like, I want to say, how you doing? They're like, no, you have to say, how are you? I'm like, bro, I'm lost here. I'm gone.
Farrell's final question.
Any chance we'll ever see Enzo and Cass again together in the WWE? Any chance?
I must say, man, I don't want to ruin anything for him, or I can't speak for him.
Okay.
And I know I'm not paying attention to really what he's doing right now on TV, so I hope it's working out. I hope he's having fun, and I hope the fans are appreciating it, because he worked really hard to get there, and he went through some things that should be awe-inspiring. And every time you see him on TV, I hope whatever he's doing, you just take yourself out of it for a second, and you look at that man and you realize, holy, that guy was morbidly obese, trying to kill himself. Mm. Alcoholic, and now look at him. So it has nothing to do with me. What he's doing right now is what's important for him. As far as Enzo and Cass go, that exists in one place, WWE, right? And he's in AEW. Mm-hmm. So that can't even happen today, tomorrow, or the next day. So I don't even want to think about it.
Okay.
But I think that's the stage it belongs on. I don't think it belongs anywhere else.